This is John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. And today I'm coming at you from Baltimore, Maryland, at the Trade Show Convention Center here in Baltimore. And today I'm at the Natural Products Expo East, and every Natural Products Expo in the West and the East, I walk the whole show, and also I generally speak for TriBest. And today I'll be speaking, and in this episode, actually make you guys a presentation of the all-new Shine Vertical Slow Juicer. Now, I like the Shine Vertical Slow Juicer, because it's a juicer, but more importantly, it's built to rigorous specifications, and it's actually a high-quality, low-cost juicer, right? This guy sells for like 150 bucks, including shipping for you guys. And it's the best low-cost juicer that you guys could get that I found. Also has a 3-year warranty. I'll be juicing today some different produce items to see how much I could juice in 10 minutes, because that is the duty cycle, and that's one of the downsides to a lower, least expensive machine. Whereas if you get their high-end Slowstar machine, that vertical juicer could run for 30 minutes and probably even longer without stopping, without any issues. So I've literally juiced like gallons with the Slowstar. With this guy, what we're going to do in 10 minutes, we're going to see how much we could actually juice. Be sure to check my other unboxing video of the Shine juicer if you want to learn more about it. Pretty much I was able to juice in about 3 minutes. I was able to juice about I think 16 ounces of produce, in 3 different rounds. So yeah, check that link down below. And if you're interested in buying the Shine juicer, check us out at DiscountJuicers.com. Links are down below in the description. All right, hello everybody. Today I'll be doing a demonstration of the Shine cold press juicer by TriBest. Now this is TriBest's latest juicer they came out with, and the reason really why I like the Shine is because it's the least expensive, low cost, high end vertical slow juicer that you guys are going to find on the market. I played with a lot of different imported Chinese inexpensive juicers out there that are available on many different websites online and many different big box stores. Even though it might have a good brand name, a lot of the juicers are actually made in China, and based on my testing, have not been of the highest quality. I'm glad to say that TriBest has took the time to develop a really good quality product at an affordable price, because I know a lot of you guys don't want to invest in one of those high-end juicers that I like to recommend. I mean, the reason why you should get a more high-end machine is because they're more durable, right? I mean, the Slowstar juicer, which is TriBest vertical slow juicer, has a full 10-year warranty. This one only actually has a 3-year warranty, which is still at least 3 times longer than most other inexpensive juicers out there. In addition, the Slowstar could run for 30 minutes continuous cycle without any problem. So literally you could probably create a gallon or 2 of juice during that time. This machine, on the other hand, has a 10-minute duty cycle, which means you should only use it for about 10 minutes, and then you should turn it off and let it rest for a while to cool down before you start using it again. And so, that can be good or bad. If you're trying to do a juice fast, the Shine cold press slow juicer is not the machine you're going to want to get. But if you're just trying to make a glass of juice every day, because juice is probably the healthiest beverage you guys could drink, not any of the beverages that come in packages at this trade show, but fresh juice is literally you're concentrating the nutrients in the fruits and the vegetables. And I especially encourage people to juice the leafy green vegetables, like I'll be juicing some baby kale today, as well as other vegetables such as the celery. And if you guys know who the medical medium is, he recommends drinking a straight celery juice each morning, which actually I've been doing now for about 3 or 4 months, which I can say, I feel a difference because of it. I think that's definitely a good thing. And also carrots. I mean, how many carrots do you guys really actually eat in a day, right? I mean, normally I might have a carrot maybe shredded up on my salad sometimes, but thanks to my juicer now, I'm able to get, several pounds of carrots into me. And why is this important? Well, the carrots have carotenoids, that's why they're orange, and if you're lucky enough to find purple carrots, which are purple, they have anthocyanins, which are even more important and more nutritious, in my opinion, than the orange carrots out there. So they've done studies with, animals, which I do not agree with, but basically they fed the animals a junk food diet. The animals got fat, they got overweight, they had problems with their cardiovascular system, and their cholesterol and all this kind of stuff. And they basically fed the animals the purple carrot juice, and all their levels normalized, they lost the weight, and they got healthier. I'm not telling you guys this so you guys can drink purple carrot juice and still eat McDonald's and your other junk foods. I'm telling you guys this to share with you guys the power on, even if you're still eating junk foods, the power that juicing can have if you start doing it on a regular and consistent basis. And for some people, a $400 Slowstar juicer, $380, is just out of the price range, but now the Shine machine at $150 should be in all your guys' price range, so that you guys could now afford a juicer that's going to make a glass of juice for you every day, so you could minimize the amounts of processed foods, animal foods, and other foods you would normally eat. And the way I like to do this personally is I like to juice for breakfast. So I don't even eat breakfast anymore. And think about, what does breakfast mean? Breakfast means you're breaking your fast. You're breaking your fast of sleeping, and you haven't eaten any foods now for the last 8 hours, and now you're waking up, and now you put this big heavy meal, like some of the people I've seen here at this event. They had a big plate of bacon and eggs, and hey, they got free food here, but you know, that's not, in my opinion, a good way or healthy way to break your fast with something super heavy. You know, it'd be best to drink juice or even drink water, but I like the juice because you're getting the water that's gonna hydrate you, plus you're gonna get the phytonutrients that are anti-disease, anti-cancer, and gonna help keep you younger for longer. And also, you know, once you get off that coffee that's a stimulant, right, you're gonna find you're gonna have energy actually from the juices, because it's the juicer doing all the hard work. The juicer is literally doing your digestion for you. It's basically taking the hard fibers in the carrots that, you know, I can sit here and eat, but then the juicer basically extracts all the insoluble fiber in one cup, and then it'll give you the soluble fiber plus all the nutrients in the other cup. So carrots are approximately 50-50. Approximately half of the fiber is coming out here, but still half the fiber is still being left in the juice, and that's a common misconception that many people think there's no fiber in juice because it's all removed, right? The soluble dissolves in water. That's a very important distinction. Now, the reason why I like the Shine machine is because Tribest has really gone in and went through this whole machine to improve it, to make it better than any other inexpensive machine out there, and I want to give you guys an example. So, you know, this is a motor inside most of the imported juicers, right? It looks like this. There's like 2 gears up in here, so they're reduction gears that give the juicer more power. And as you guys can see, this is fully sealed. And you know, Tribest saw that and like, hey, how can we make this motor better so that it actually doesn't overheat, it doesn't break? They have plastic gears in here that can tend to break. Over in this one, this is the upgraded model. So you guys see a difference? I mean, they look kind of the same. They're about the same size. The motor shaft is very similar, but inside this you guys can't see, but basically there's 3 gears inside the top of this, and actually one is plastic, but the other 2 are metal. So the ones that are gonna take the brunt force and be more likely to break are now metal, so that's not gonna be a problem for you guys. In addition, this motor right here doesn't have a cooling fan. And you know, if it doesn't have a cooling fan, that means it's gonna have a short duty cycle. I mean, I've seen some juicers that have like a 5-minute duty cycle, which is ridiculous. How could you juice anything in 5 minutes, right? Tribest has put a cooling fan in this one. Also, they have holes in here so they can get some air circulation. So as the machine's running, it's literally cooling itself. And I would think that would be a no-brainer for companies to put in fans in their motors so that it keeps it cooler. So it basically allows you to run it longer. Plus, it's not going to wear out or break as soon, right? So I mean, the guys selling you those cheap juicers from China, I mean, in my opinion, they don't really care about you. They just want to sell you a product that kind of works, and then when it breaks because you paid cheap money for it, you're just going to basically end up throwing it away and then having to buy a new one. You're just going to figure that's how it goes. Well, not here at Tribest. The Shine juicer has a full 3-year warranty, and you know, they've upgraded all the parts. They've tested this, you know, thoroughly and improved things to make sure you guys are going to have a good juicing experience. Now, the other thing I like about the Shine juicer, unlike other juicers that may be imported, is that this is entirely BPA free. So it doesn't have any kind of those things in there. And let me go ahead and explain how this machine works. Now, the first thing I like about this is actually that it's really light. Look at this. I can pick this up. Let's see, I can put it on one finger. I can pick it up on one finger. Now, it is heavy. Maybe I'm a little bit strong. But the other thing you'll notice that this is nice and small size, right? So this is my new travel juicer now. I didn't travel here with this, but this is literally 19 inches tall. And the footprint, so for those of you guys that live in New York City, you don't have a lot of counter space, this is the smallest footprint that I've actually seen in a juicer. It's only like 5.5 inches wide here, 5.25 inches this diameter. So really small, really compact to store away or even leave on your counter. And I would encourage you guys actually to leave your juicers on your counter so that actually you use it every day, much like you leave your toaster or your coffee maker on your counter. I mean, my juicer always stays on my counter. It doesn't disappear. So this is a vertical slow juicer, and the reason why I like the vertical slow juicers is because they're the kind of juicer that's most able to handle a variety of different fruits and vegetables. Some juicers, like a single auger juicer, are better for juicing leafy greens. The twin gear juicer really excels at juicing some of the hard vegetables, but the vertical is kind of like a jack of all trades. It could handle, hard vegetables like the carrots. It could handle stringy vegetables, provided they're cut properly, like celery. It could handle leafy greens. It could also handle things like fruits, and actually this style machine is my favorite slow style juicer for juicing the fruits. And how it works is really simple. You have a feed chute here that you basically put the produce items in, and then the produce items fall through gravity. So in my opinion, on a vertical juicer, you actually should not be using the pusher. If you're trying to use the pusher and cram things in to the juicer with the pusher, you're probably feeding things too fast, and that's where you could have some challenges with the vertical slow juicer, because in the word vertical slow juicer, there's the word slow, and if you start cramming things in, you could be putting things in too fast. It could cause jams, it could cause clogs, and then that's not going to be a fun situation. So anyways, once you drop the produce into the machine, it then runs into this auger. And this is a little baby auger. Some of the other machines, the high-end machines, have larger size augers. Once again, this is BPA free, but you put the food in the auger comes around and hits it, chops it to some extent here, but mostly this auger is there for crushing and squeezing out the juice out of the produce so that you don't have to. As this is turning around, it's rotating inside this screen, which is then chopping and grinding, and all the juice comes expelled out of the front of the screen, and then simply comes out the front of the juicer here, where you have this nice handy spout. Now, one of the design features of the Shine that I really like a lot is that this spout, unlike on other juicers, is nice and large, so it's going to be really easy for you guys to get in there and clean. And the other thing I like about this machine is that when this is working, all the pulp is expelled out this side. So I like on this machine, they have a cutaway, so the top is open. You can get your finger in there to clean out any kind of pulp. Of course, this does come with its own cleaning brush. And on the bottom, they have this feature, this little silicone flap here. So the silicone flap is basically the gatekeeper. And the other thing I like about this machine is actually the area where the silicone flap fills is nice and large. So, some Chinese machines have multiple different parts that pulp needs to go through. That's a big blockage point. Tribest has reduced this blockage point so that this machine will jam and clog up less than other vertical slow juicers because of the large hole here on the bottom of the bowl. But whenever you're cleaning the machine, you want to remove this, and whenever you're going to be juicing, you do want to put this in to make sure you have sufficient back pressure so that your pulp will come out drier and you're going to get more juice. This machine is super easy to assemble. You're just going to put this on here and slide it to lock. Then you're going to go ahead and take your juicing screen and your auger. You're going to line up the bottom here where the hole is in the screen, and you're going to put that on the hole that's lined up with the ejection port of the pulp. You're going to take the auger and just slide it down in there, and then finally you're going to take the top and put it on, and then slide that in place. Now, if you've assembled this properly, the machine will turn on. And I turn that machine on. Can you guys hear it? I mean, this convention center hall is kind of loud, but I could barely hear this running with all the background noise. Anyways, this guy runs at a low and slow 40 revolutions per minute, so that's a slow juicer. So that's going to minimally, you're minimally going to lose any kind of nutrition that you're making. So if you're using like a high-speed blender that doesn't have a vacuum feature, if you're using a high-speed juicer, those guys could run in excess of 10,000 RPMs that lower the nutritional quality, specifically the phytonutrients and the antioxidants that be damaged by the excess air. So this machine juices a variety of things. We're going to go ahead and get this set up for you guys today, right here. And what we're going to juice is we're going to juice the celery, the carrots, the apples, and the kale. And specifically, I want to see what happens when we juice all these things in a mixture, because I have another video where I actually juice separate items in this, and it works great. And the other thing, one of the downsides of this machine is that you should only use it for 10 minutes and then let it turn it off and rest. So if you want to make a large quantity, that might not be possible. So I want to find out in 10 minutes how much juice can you actually make with the Shine juicer to prove that it's not really a hindrance, because most of you guys probably aren't going to drink as much juice this could make in 10 minutes anyways in one sitting, because that's going to be a lot of juice. So let's go ahead and I got my iPhone here, and we put it on a 10-minute timer here. And we're just going to go ahead and hit start, and I'm just going to start juicing for you guys, and you guys can see in real time how much we could juice. So the important thing when juicing with the Shine or any vertical slow juicer is you want to rotate the items that you're putting in the machine. First, we're going to put the kale in. I think one of the most important things you could be juicing is the leafy green vegetables. So we drop that in, and mostly if it drops down, it's gonna get caught up in the feed chute a little bit, so then I like to push it in a little bit with a carrot, but I'm not using that pusher. Then we're just gonna go ahead and take the carrot and drop the carrot in there, and the carrot, I'm looking down on it, and the carrot's basically getting a chunk or a piece sliced off of it. The auger's going around taking another chunk off, and then as you guys can see, we're getting some delicious juice out, and the pulp's coming out over on this side. So what I'm gonna do now is we're just gonna go ahead and rotate the different items I'm putting in. A little bit of, we got the carrot, now we're gonna put in a little bit of the celery here. Then we're gonna put in some more of the kale here. Now juicing is one of the best things you guys could do because it literally, the juicer acts as your digestive system, and I know many people on a standard diet may be not eating the healthiest foods out there and may have problems with their digestion because they're not eating enough fiber, they're not getting all the different prebiotics and probiotics that are actually living on the food. And so the juicing removes the fiber so that your body doesn't have to deal with it, especially if you're new into eating more plant foods. Your bodies don't have the right bacteria to do that, so I like the juicing because it removes the fiber, so it makes it really easier for you to absorb the nutrition in the juices. The celery I like a lot, you know, and the medical medium recommends a straight celery juice, and I don't know exactly why he does that, but I could kind of surmise that, you know, drinking celery juice straight in the morning may help people with their getting their acid levels up in their intestines, which can help you digest your food better. In addition, celery is a wealth of nutrients. It has lots of different trace minerals in there, and of course the celery salts. So as you guys can see, this is going pretty good so far, and my screen turned off here. I don't know how to get that back. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue to juice until my timer alarm goes off here for you guys. All right, so it looks like we've been juicing about 6 minutes. We have about maybe around 4 minutes left. I'm about at 800 milliliters on the juice that's being created so far. So we're gonna go ahead and switch our container out to another container that we can measure. And as you guys can see, I easily switch containers with the spout cap so it wouldn't drip all over the counter. And let's see how much more juice we could make in under 10 minutes in the Shine juicer. All right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're done. All right, turn this off. All right, so as you guys can see, I basically juiced 2 pitchers worth in here. Now, if you guys were watching carefully, you guys would have saw that after about 6 minutes, it took me for the first pitcher, which is 800 milliliters. And then in the 3 minutes that was left, I was like, oh my God, John, you better start hurrying up. So, I mean, I was filling this stuff pretty quick, you know, and despite me filling it quick, putting things in fairly quickly to always keep the feed chute like almost filled to the top before I was kind of going at a more regular pace. So this took 6 minutes right here. This took 3 minutes right here. And so nonetheless, or approximately, no, 4 minutes, so 6 and 4, so that's 10 minutes. So basically we've created 1,600 milliliters of juice. Now I'm not like into milliliters and conversions, but basically I know 1.5 milliliters is about, 3 quarts of, 1,000 milliliters is 1 quart. So 1,500 is basically 1.5 quarts of juice, which is about 48 ounces of juice in 10 minutes at a moderate pace. So I think most people should be able to do this. Now we did, pre-cut all the produce, and if you are using the Shine, I would encourage you guys to pre-cut all your produce so that the machine time running, you're not sitting there chopping and dropping things in like I normally would show, because you want to turn that machine off after 10 minutes. Now if we pick up this machine and I feel it, this machine barely feels warm at all. Now you wouldn't really want to go longer than 10 minutes. That may reduce the overall life of your machine, but if you went 15, that probably wouldn't be an issue, but you really want to try to stick under the 10-minute mark. And here's the juice it's made, so let's see, I want to go ahead and try that now. So this is just a mixture of juice, of course, depending on what you're juicing. You may make more or less than 40 ounces. Obviously, if you're juicing like leafy greens, it's going to take a little bit longer. And things like the apples tend to be a little more watery, as is the celery. And so here's the juice you guys can see. There is some texture in there, This does not come with a strainer, so you will want to strain it if you, don't want some texture in there. So yeah, it's a fair bit pulpy, but it's definitely good nonetheless. It's done quite a good job, and you guys can see all the pulp it's made inside here. I would encourage you guys actually you could cook with this pulp. You could use it in other ways. Actually, I like to feed it to my compost pile. You of course could feed it to worms, or a really good use of this is to enrich your dog's food, right? So take some of this and mix it in with your dog's food so they get extra fiber. And there is still some, nutrition left in here, but most of the nutrition has been extracted by the Shine cold pressed slow juicer. So now you guys can enjoy a healthy breakfast or even a afternoon snack with fresh juices at the lowest cost, thanks to TriBest. So I think that's pretty much it for this demonstration. Oh, and today somebody here is gonna win a Shine juicer. So you guys all have actually an excellent chance, because there's not a whole bunch of people because everybody's trying to run around and get all the free stuff. But fill out one of these cards and give it this young lady here, Anna, and you'll be entered to win, and maybe you'll even take this Shine juicer home with you guys today. Thank you so much. All right, so that's it pretty much for this episode. You guys saw I juiced in the Shine 10 minutes straight without any issues. It didn't stop once like some other juicers I've used in the past. Quite impressed. It was, a little bit pulpy, so you'd want to strain that out if you want a pulp-free juice, but it did a great job nonetheless, and for only $150, this is the lowest priced, best juicer with long warranty that you're gonna find out there. I'm quite impressed with how it works actually. So if you guys are interested in buying the Shine juicer, please visit my website at discountjuicers.com and support me so I can continue to make these educational videos for you guys. I really do appreciate that a lot. Link is down below to learn more about the Shine. If you guys enjoyed this episode with the Shine, want me to do further episodes with the Shine and compare it to other juicers, hey, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also be sure to share this video with somebody else that may be looking for a slow juicer so that they can enrich their life and get healthier with the amazing fresh vegetable and fruit juices the Shine juicer can produce. So also be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge, over 500 episodes on this channel, comparing and contrasting all the different vertical slow juicers and other types of juicers out there, so you guys can get the absolute best one for you. And be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my new and upcoming episodes I have coming out every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I'll show up or what you'd be learning on my YouTube channel. So with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.